All right, we're working with Miss Rika at the park. I want to talk a little bit about follow through and appeasement behaviors. We're working off some distractions. We've got Bella, she's practicing a downstay, and then we've got lots of people working at this park. We like this park because it's pretty shaded in the parking lot, so I can keep the car cool when we get back into it, as well as shaded here. And often there's other dogs and stuff in this little neighborhood right here. So we've got lots of distractions and even things that are stressful for the dog in different ways. So whether that's loud noises, whether that's people talking at them, or wanting to get their attention, or dogs barking behind a fence, whatever it is, we've got all kinds of things exciting or stressful. And so we just want to make sure that we're following through on the obedience the same way we would at home when there's none of those things going on. So with Rika, what we see sometimes is she wants you to help her through it a lot. And now we're to the point where I know she knows what we're expecting of her. She has such good understanding, and so now we need to hold her accountable. And so sometimes with dogs like Rika, who are super sweet, very social, people-oriented creatures, we'll use what we like to call appeasement behaviors to get out of doing the obedience. So sometimes that can look like she's crawling at my feet, she's trying to jump up on me. So, when I sit down and I've asked her to go to her place bed, she'd rather kind of curl up in my lap. And so we want to make sure, those are cute and they're sweet and we love Rika, but we have to follow through on what is expected, because those are in a way a demanding behavior. So it's not overt like she's being aggressive towards us and pawing us, but in a way she's trying to get out of doing what we've asked her to do. And it's a form of pushing us. So we just want to make sure that we're following through when we ask her. So when I say, Rika, with me, and she doesn't move, this is appeasement. So she's like, can I just lay down next to you with me? So now if I move her, she can come into position here and we can start walking. So I kept pressing the e-collar and I bumped it a little bit until she said, okay, I need to move and get into the position, because she knows where the position is. She knows how to get to it, and she can do it. She likes to come around and do it, and that's fine. For her, that feels easier, but I want to make sure we're following through. You need to get into position regardless of where you are, and then we can start walking. So as we start moving and I say with me, she's on a long line, but if she was on a shorter line, there's no tension in the leash and she's not going past my stride. And a good way to look at that is, am I able to turn left with me? And if I'm hitting the dog with my leg, then she's not in a very good position. So she's too far ahead. So that's a good way to judge it. Now I brought a place bed out here at the park with me. Good. And I'm just going to send her to place. Rika, place. Good. So had she not gone there, I would have started to tap the button and increased if I needed to, if I was tapping on the level I was at and she was laying down, trying to appease me, sit at my feet, those kinds of things, which her so well. It's not hard to envision her doing that. And so we just want to make sure that we save those affection times for after she's done obedience, for after she's worked through it, not in the beginning, and not when she's using it to get out of commands, especially if she uses it to get out of commands. But we follow through. We can use our food to reward her. We can reward her with lots of love and affection at the end of commands. But I want her to work harder for it. She just doesn't, need it all the time for free, because she's very codependent. And we want to make sure that we're not allowing that codependency to promote anxiety, and specifically separation anxiety, because I think that contributes to a lot of her aggression issues. Rika, free. Good job. Good girl. Nice. So we'll try it down over by Bella. Rika, down. Good. That was beautiful. And I should be able to walk away on this down. If she follows me, then I'm going to go back and correct her. And the moment she gets up, I'm going to start on the e-collar. So even if she's up for a second and trying to figure out how to get back into where I put her, I want to make sure I'm using the e-collar and then putting her back into position. And we've got this long line that gives us some distance here. But if I were to put her in a down and she said, okay, I checked that box, and I walked away and she followed me, then I'm not following through. Once I follow through, that she stops doing those things. So consistency is important, but it's important over a long period of time. And that's where a lot of people struggle, is they can be consistent for a little while, and then sometimes it's work. It's a lot of work to be consistent. And sometimes our emotions get the better of us and we kind of feed into the appeasement behaviors, because dogs are really good at being cute and very sweet. So we just want to make sure we're following through with her and not letting her get away with it just because it's cute. So she's doing really good though. I'm really proud. Reactivity is substantially gone down. We're just making sure we're fine-tuning a lot of these things so that she has the skills when she comes home and you guys have the ability to access it and work with her on it. So anyway, she's doing great.